PHL 17 presents In Focus, a look at the issues affecting the Philadelphia region.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, for In Focus. Glad you're with us. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall. Our focus today, getting a jump start on the college admissions process. It's especially valuable in the summer, but all year long, there's important information that you need to know to help your high school students get fully prepared for the college process. Joining us to talk about this important topic today is Kimberly Lewis, the Director of Outreach for the nonprofit Philadelphia Futures. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you, Jennifer. Good morning.
It's great to have you on the show. Philadelphia Futures has been here in the past with some great information, and you're back again with some things that are new. We're going to talk about that, but also about some of the steps that rising seniors and really students in general should be listening to and looking forward to doing to be very successful in getting that right place for them in college. So I really love this. I have one college student in the household and one that's now an engineer, went through this, and sometimes you feel like you're pulling your hair out. So I definitely love this type of segment for parents and students at home. A lot to talk about today. I want to talk about first the purpose of Philadelphia Futures and why you feel it's been so successful. Essentially, what does it do and who is it for?
So we are an organization. We serve first generation to college students. We give them the tools, resources, and opportunities that they need to attend a great college and graduate from a great college. So that is our mission at Philadelphia Futures.
How long has the nonprofit been in existence now, and how many students have come through this program?
So we've been around since 1989. Currently, on the high school end, we serve about 300 students. We have almost 300 students who are collegians, and we've had several thousand students come through the Philadelphia Futures program. In the last year, we just did a survey with our alums to measure outcomes. So we know that over a generation that we've helped Philadelphia students really change their life trajectory through education.
And that's important in so many ways, not only helping students to fulfill their dreams, achieve goals, find great jobs, have great experiences in college, but also because, as we've talked on this show, about reading levels, about access to information, technology in cities across the country, including Philadelphia, and raising that bar. That's so important, would you say?
It is, and we know what the numbers are in the city for college graduation rates for students in our population. We know what that number is nationally.
Talk about that a little bit. What are they?
So, in the city of Philadelphia, unfortunately, we don't have terrific numbers for students who are first generation for graduation. The number is hovering in the city at about 20%, maybe a bit lower.
Wow.
At Philadelphia Futures, 100% of our high school students will graduate from college, and we'll have about 80% of our collegians who are graduating from college every year.
That's a beautiful picture to see. I love seeing that as folks are graduating and preparing for their future. Tell us what we're looking at. A great set of students there.
So this was in June. This is our high school class of 2017. Our sponsor is Scholar and College Connection students. All of those students will be matriculating into college in the fall.
So when you talk about those rates of graduation that are extremely low, I mean, the goal here is to raise those numbers, not only a little bit, but tremendously. So our students across cities in the country can be successful at gaining employment, supporting themselves. What then makes the difference? I mean, you're saying 100% of your students are graduating, but yet on the other side of that, 20% is the graduation rate you just told me about.
We're really proud of our programming. We have 2 direct service programs where we serve high school students, sponsor a Scholar. The entry point there is 9th grade. College Connection, the entry point is 11th grade. Again, all of our programs serve students who are the first in their family to go to college. I think the difference is the preparation that we are giving our students over the course of 4 or 2 years with Philadelphia Futures. We work with our students every day. We have after-school classes. We begin our college exposure early on. We want them on college campuses so they can begin to envision themselves on a college campus. We want students doing research about what makes a right fit school for them. Right fit in our definition is academic, social, and financial. So a Philadelphia Futures student, when they're going off to college, We want them at a place that is a great academic fit, a good social fit,
Right.
and a terrific financial fit.
And this is whether you're in the program or not. What you just talked about are things that parents at home or any school across the country really should be implementing with students, talking about a great fit, preparation, getting them ready, exposing them. Important information that you sent me here about rising seniors, and even I think something for juniors here to consider in the lower grades. This is steps to take this summer. I'm just going to read the first couple of ones, and if you take the last. There are 8 that you told me about. Obtain a copy of the guide. We have some of those here. You'll tell us where to get it. Also, prepare to take the SAT or the ACT. And then 3 and 4?
Understand students' options for college and do fit research.
We've got a couple more for you as well that you guys told us about, the 8 critical steps here. Visit colleges, begin the college application process.
And students should begin to draft their application essay and start thinking about paying for college.
I mean, that's a lot. There are 8 steps there. That's a lot. Not every college student or college student preparing for that process is going to be perhaps easily able to visit the colleges, perhaps get the help they need. Now, that's where Philadelphia Futures comes into play with bridging the gap there. But a lot of students sometimes will find that they're challenged with getting this information. What do you want them to know at home? How, they should not give up. These are the steps, but what if you need help?
And the thing that I will say, if a student right now is approaching their senior year or they're beginning to think about the college process and they're overwhelmed by it and they're not sure where to start, I think the first place is really for the student to identify, 1, that yes, they want to go to college, and then 2, from there to begin thinking about a place that may make sense for them. What we advise our students to do, and I think it's great advice for any student approaching the college application process,
Yes.
begin to think about their needs. Think about, as we talked about, that academic, social, and financial fit. Consider how that student's SAT score and their grades factor into what colleges are looking for.
And when we talk about the SAT versus the ACT, there's differences in the models in the test, essentially. What do you recommend? How do we know which one to take?
So the SAT is the traditional test. I think lots of folks in this region would know as the primary college admission test. It's scored out of 2 sections. Perfect scores is 1,600. The ACT is a little different. The ACT is measuring some of those same subjects, but there's a science component to the ACT as well. What I would advise for families is that they do research on both tests to figure out which test may play to the student's academic strengths. And if the student has a counselor in their school building, they should really talk to their counselor about which of the tests they might be better suited to take.
All right. And you said that oftentimes if you have a family where you're the first in your family to go to college, sometimes the challenge could be, how do I get this information? What do I do first? Great time to prepare in the summer, but you can be doing some of this all year long. Why is the summer so critical?
So for students who are approaching senior year, this summer is critical because there's a lot of prep work that they can do that will make the start of senior year less stressful. I think that high school students generally would say that they find the college application process stressful.
Yes.
Their parents find it stressful.
Yes.
And doing some of these steps, these 8 steps in the summer, will really help students to, like I said, prepare, get a leg up, and become ready so that when school starts in September, they've already done their research and they have a terrific list of schools that they can apply to. They've done a draft of that very important personal statement for their application. It's already written, it's been proofread, it's ready to go. And families, because many students will need to complete the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. By doing the research in the summer, families know exactly what forms they need to fill out the FAFSA. So when that October 1st deadline hits, they're ready and they're prepared to take on that form.
Oh, Kim, you make it sound so easy. That's why you're here. So relieving some of that stress. Well, coming up, we'll have more for you folks on where to find Philadelphia Future Summer Enrichment Programs. And we'll also tell you about a new program with an interesting twist that's helping even more students in our area. That's straight ahead. You're watching In Focus on PHL 17. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching In Focus. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall. So glad you're with us. Our topic today, the nonprofit Philadelphia Futures, and how you can get valuable information to help your kids get a jump start on the college admissions process. Kimberly Lewis is back with us. Kimberly, we've been talking about this great guide. It is the Step Up to College guide right here, and it talks about rising seniors. This is the edition. I love this information. It's close to my heart, I have to say, and a lot of parents out there that are saying, how can I get this information to our students? And even having gone to, colleges myself, I still found the process very stressful, and how that impacted my own kids, just trying to make sure that they were going to the right place and the reach school and a middle school. So glad you're with us here. We're talking about a lot of this, the step up process. You said there's 8 key steps. We just showed those in the last segment, but among the 8, what would you say would be the most critical? I just want to emphasize those again here.
So of the 8, there are a few that I think if students can really work on those steps first, it will make the rest of the process easier. So of course that research is essential. One of the things that a student should do over their summer before senior year is, again, doing a lot of research about fit so that they end up at a school that is suitable for them in the ways that we talked about academically, socially, and financially. So that research is really exploring websites, and we have them in the summer supplement. There are some terrific websites out there like College Board, Big Future, that are helpful to students in exploring colleges and helping them to understand their fit. I also think that students need to begin to familiarize themselves with the process itself. So the Common Application is what many students will use to apply to college. The Common Application is a universal application. More than 700 colleges and universities across the country use it. Students can apply to up to 20 colleges using a single Common Application.
Oh, it helps a lot.
It helps a lot. It can make things much easier for the student to just have that single application form. We always advise that students begin working on the application several months before they submit it. They'll submit a much better application if they take the time to thoughtfully complete it rather than rushing through it.
Yes, I would agree with that one. And so critically important, you were saying, because of the graduation rates in Philadelphia and other cities. I mean, this is not the only city where a lot of students are really struggling to graduate. We've got to get these numbers up some way, and you're saying these types of programs help to do that. Also concerns that parents have and students have. 2-year college to start versus 4-year college. How am I going to afford to pay for this? You said some research, meaning looking at what the cost is. I was surprised at how much, and still surprised how much so many students don't know, well, I like this school, but the differences in cost can be tremendous and significant. So some of those things you're saying need to be looked at as well. There's a picture that I love seeing when I think about Philadelphia Futures, and that's of all of the students wearing their college shirts. Can you tell us about this photo?
So May 1st is the National Candidates Reply Date. That's the day that all high school seniors have to declare where they're going to college. And every May 1st, we have all of our seniors at City Hall, and we take a big picture to celebrate their achievement of graduating from high school and being accepted into a terrific college, and they're all in their college shirts.
And the college is there. I mean, I see every college that you can imagine represented. So of course I see Temple, homegrown folks, Penn State, but how many types of colleges? I mean, all types of colleges that the kids have gone to everywhere.
All types of colleges.
Ivy League.
Yes.
State schools.
We are very fortunate at Philadelphia Futures. We have 9 partner colleges, and those 9 partner colleges provide tremendous financial aid packages for our students. And we'll have, each year about a quarter of our students who matriculate into a partner college. But outside of that, we really want students, again, to find a great fit. So we have students everywhere from the Community College of Philadelphia to Princeton.
All right, and we love hearing all of that combined, that students are doing great. Let's talk a little bit about, as we go into this, a new program that you have on track now, which I think is very interesting. It's conjunction with the Park Service in Philadelphia. But tell us about that and how folks can get involved.
Sure. So one of the things that we really believe in at Philadelphia Futures is partnering with other organizations and colleges in the region to provide opportunity for our students. So the folks at the Park Service approached us in the spring and said, how can we work with Philadelphia Futures and your students to help diverse populations and younger people really take advantage of what we have here in Philadelphia with the Park Service. So we'll have a number of our students this summer for this brand new program who will be doing internships with the Park Service. They'll be using social media to help educate other folks. They'll be learning about the Park Service themselves. And all of that is in an effort to, again, have more diverse populations using the Park Service and some of the really wonderful things we have in the city for our residents.
And what type of exposure does that give to both sides here in terms of the students and in terms of exposing what our park space is like, which is vast in this city and so historical? How important is this at the bottom line?
Really, for our students, everything comes back to those resources, tools, and opportunities. And these are terrific opportunities. They're working in a professional environment. They're learning to stretch themselves through their internship experience. They're using social media for these high school students. Of course, this is something that can be on their college application and on their resume. And I think that maybe for some of them, it could be the entryway into a career. Maybe in the Park Service or in marketing or whatever related field. So that exposure piece is really important. And then for our students, because they are being charged with connecting folks to the Park Service, it will be helpful for other students to see students who are like them using all these resources.
And I think when we talk about social media, reaching them where they are and them reaching out to other people, and look at the the difference now between how we communicate and how we get that message out. So how cool and smart is that to help students get that message out in an effective way, and also drawing, I'm assuming, a wider and more diverse audience, and even perhaps a younger audience being drawn to something that's very significant here.
Yes, and we understand where students are. We know they use social media. We know that people are using apps for everything, for paying their bills, for ordering food. So we started an app. We took all the best features of the Step Up to College Guide and we put it in an app. So it is a way for students. It's called the Step Up to College app. It's completely free. It's available on Google Play and on the App Store. And really, it is all that college guidance right on your phone.
We're going to show that app coming up. Glad we have that as well. And also coming up, hear from the students themselves, scholars with Philadelphia Futures, and what they have to say with some of the most valuable advice that they've been given about getting that jump start on college. When we come right back, stay with us. Back once again for In Focus. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall. Philadelphia Futures helps students who are first-generation college-bound students to achieve their educational goals of attending college with a wealth of information. We've got more from you now with Kimberly Lewis, Director of Outreach, who is back with us. And joining us are two of the great students from the program. Kimball Clark attends Central High School and is a rising senior. Milo DeTurville is a rising senior at Northeast High School. So glad you all are with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so proud of what you're doing, and thank you for coming on to the show. And I want to start actually with you, Kimball. Tell us a little bit about your experience, and what was some of the most valuable experience that you've gotten, or advice, I would say, from being a part of this program.
I'm a part of the College Connection segment, or the program at Philadelphia Futures, where we primarily focus on just the college prep part of applying to colleges. The most valuable thing I've gained from this program is just the the surplus of opportunities and resources I can access from Philadelphia Futures. They've given me so many club opportunities I can put on my college application and resume. And the staff members are wonderful. They help me with editing and all that.
So what are some of the things that you've done, you've been able to do? You said editing.
Due to Philadelphia Futures, I was able to go on the ACT store, which is a college store that's in like a certain part of a city or a state. I've also been able to usher in like our conventions that we have throughout the year, and I've just been able to be a part of clubs that they have.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. And we're going to talk too about what your interests are and some of the colleges too that you may be actually looking at, which is really great. Milo, welcome as well. You guys are representing with the t-shirts on. I love
Yeah.
that. I'm going to have to get one of those myself. And tell me about your experience and how valuable this was for you. What advice do you think was key that people should know about at home as well?
Well, the best advice that I've gotten from Philadelphia Futures is that just be yourself, focus on like your own path, find your right fit for your school. Because before I just had ideas like, yeah, I want to go here, I want to go there, but now I'm like more narrowed down. I know my potential, I know my strengths and all that stuff, so it helped me with that.
All right, a very confident young man. We love that. What are you interested in studying in school, you think, for now, and what types of colleges are you looking at?
Right now, I'm looking at studying primarily stuff in the arts or business administration. Those are my two interests right now. I've just been growing up with the arts and really exposing myself to everything that has to do with artistic things. And business seems interesting to me because I like that world of just having like your own type of like entrepreneurship in
Right,
a way, yeah.
right.
And I
That's
really
really
like
cool.
that and having control of
Schools
yourself.
here, schools outside of Pennsylvania, the state, what are some interests you have right now?
In the state, Temple, Drexel, University of Penn, because they have a strong art program, and a business program, Wharton. Out of the state, you have Yale, I'm interested in Yale, and Savannah College of Art and Design.
All right, those are
yeah.
awesome schools. And what about you, Milo? What's your interest and where are you looking?
My interest is somewhere in either business or engineering because of my family. That's like basically what it is everywhere. And on top of that, I think I'm looking at Penn State, Drexel, UPenn, Yale, and Harvard.
Oh my goodness, we got to get Rutgers and Northwestern in there somewhere. Shameless plug there. Whatever you choose, it's going to be awesome. We do have some pictures of you guys that we do want to put up just to show some of your involvement. Mila, you're there in the picture as well as Kimball, you're there as well. You guys were in classes here? Tell us about
Yes.
that. You were learning some things.
In this picture right here, we were at the College Marathon, which is like this 2-week-long intensive kind of workshop where we began our college process, like we were jump-started into that. We primarily focused on writing our personal statements, and we had coaches and mentors just teaching us what to write and get our ideas together and how to write. And
That's so great. I do want to talk about just what you mentioned about the college process with regard to personal statements, getting the thoughts on paper that make a difference to talk about who you are. What did you write about very briefly, and what did you write about?
I wrote about my experience going to Dance Africa in New York. That really opened my love of the African diaspora and how that made me kind of passionate about social justice and things regarding that.
Awesome stuff. And Milo, how about you?
I wrote about like my mom's benign brain tumor and how that affected my life in helping veterans and like other people in my community.
Powerful stuff. And so I know you're going to be so successful and already are with what you're doing. The app is a way that people can literally tap into what they're doing. We do want to show that. Tell us a little bit about how folks can use that.
So, like I said in the last segment, I think that we've taken all the best resources from our Step Up to College guide, from the summer supplement. We've put it into an app so that students can really, wherever they are, begin to work on their college process. So we have a section called Finding Your Fit. Students can do research about colleges, put in all of the information about the college, compare it to their fit, and it gives them a fit score. One of my favorite features is questions to ask on a college tour. This is the time where families should be on campuses and asking questions. And sometimes if students are a little nervous about what to ask,
Right.
The app will say, here are questions that you should ask an admissions counselor, here are great questions to ask a tour guide. They can record those answers and save and keep it.
That's great. That's
And
great.
then
Kim.
for families, we have the college cost calculator. So at the end of the process, when they have those financial aid packages, you can put all the information into the app, and it will tell you in real language what that financial aid package looks like.
Because it can be complicated for us. Want to get the contact information out to folks. This has been such a great thing to talk about. This is where they can go, PhiladelphiaFutures.org. The number's up there for all of our viewers at home. And also, of course, where you can use social media here to find Philadelphia Futures on Facebook, at Philly Futures on Twitter, and on Instagram as well. The personal statement, I do want to just touch upon that, is so big, Kimberly. These statements written by these young people are amazing, but it sounds to me, and as a writer myself, be true to who you are in writing that statement, would you say?
Absolutely. So the reason that colleges are asking for a personal statement, this is the way they're getting to know the applicant. And as we tell the students at the marathon and in our teaching, this is the only piece of information in the application that comes directly from the student. So they're telling their story, they should be authentic. They should tell what it is about them that makes them a great fit for their college, but they should also be mindful of the audience. So that's the piece of advice that we give. Just be mindful of the audience, be authentic, tell your story, because oftentimes that essay is the piece where the admissions office gets to know the student.
And who you are and the value you bring and what you're looking for from them. If folks want to know if they can qualify for the program or what's involved, because there are some qualifications, you want them to go to the website.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
which one more time is?
PhiladelphiaFutures.org.
All right, I just absolutely love it. Great meeting you all,
meeting
and
you
continued
too.
success. Kimberly, another Lewis, not related, but I like her. Stick around, folks. Thank you so much. That will do it for us for now. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday for PHL 17 Morning News at 4:30. Take care.